Luke 10:30-37. Then Jesus answered and said, "A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, who stripped him of his clothing, wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance a certain priest came down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Likewise a Levite, when he arrived at the place, came and looked, and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion. So he went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine, and he set him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. On the next day when he departed, he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said to him, 'Take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will repay you.' So which of these 3 do you think was neighbor to him who fell among the thieves?" And he said, "He who showed mercy on him." Then Jesus said to him, "Go and do likewise." True love in action. Who is my neighbor? Have you ever wondered what true love looks like? Not the love we talk about, but the love we show through our actions? Jesus answered this question with a powerful story. The Good Samaritan. The story, Luke 10:30-37. A man was traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho, but he was attacked by thieves, beaten, and left to die. He represents anyone in need, the hurting, the broken, the forgotten. The priest and Levite, verses 31-32. A priest saw him, but walked away. A Levite saw him, but passed by on the other side. They were religious but lacked compassion. Sometimes we get so caught up in our own lives that we ignore those who need us. The Good Samaritan, verses 33-35. A Samaritan, someone rejected by Jews, saw the man and had compassion. He bandaged his wounds, put him on his animal, and took him to an inn, paying for his care. This is true love in action, sacrificial, compassionate, and without discrimination. Jesus' question, verses 36-37. Jesus asked, who was the real neighbor? The answer, the one who showed mercy. Then Jesus commanded, go and do likewise. Love is action, not just words. 1 John 3:18. It's easy to say, I love you, but true love helps, sacrifices, and cares. Love breaks barriers. Jews and Samaritans hated each other, yet the Samaritan helped. True love doesn't discriminate, it reaches everyone. Love requires sacrifice. John 15:13. The Samaritan gave his time, effort, and money to help a stranger. True love costs something, but it's always worth it. Love fulfills God's law. Matthew 22:37-39. Loving our neighbor is the second greatest commandment. Jesus didn't just teach love, he lived it. Are you like the Good Samaritan, showing love through action? Jesus' final words, go and do likewise. In the book of Luke, Jesus speaks a lot about giving and selfless love in this gospel. Luke 6:38 says, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. The book of John emphasizes God's love through Jesus. John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Swinging love through ultimate sacrifice. John 15:12-13 also teaches about loving others as Christ loved us. Proverbs home. This book gives wisdom on generosity. Proverbs 19:17 says, whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. Acts. The early church lived out love and giving. Acts 2:44-45 describes believers selling their possessions to share with those in need, showing true community love as sons and daughters of God. Our duties is to look after each other. Let's keep growing for the future. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Thank you and remain blessed.